What if I told you that as the month of October unfolds, it is not just another passage of days and nights, but a sacred rhythm, a hidden song of the universe weaving abundance, balance, and inner peace into its fabric? What if I told you that the numbers scattered across this month are not accidents, not empty figures written upon calendars, but living invitations, symbols arranged by a higher order, guiding you gently toward awakening? In Buddhist philosophy, nothing exists without meaning, and even the smallest flicker, a falling leaf, a whisper of wind, or the digits upon a page, carries the breath of truth. Numbers are not lifeless, they are living energies, each one pulsing with its own vibration, each one whispering a lesson about wealth, harmony, and destiny. October arrives, not as a blank slate, but as a scroll already written by cosmic hands, marked with 6 sacred numbers, glowing with rare brilliance. These numbers are aligned with currents far older than human memory, currents that echo the eternal flow of impermanence. They are not to be rushed past or dismissed, they are companions of the path, reflections of universal wisdom waiting to be heard. And for those who walk with patience, who stay open until the final step, there lies a hidden master number, one that hums quietly like a secret mantra, the magnet of prosperity. This number does not demand, it attracts, it draws abundance into your life as naturally as rivers run to the sea and as stars emerge in the night sky. The great seer Nostradamus once wrote of hidden patterns in the heavens, cycles of fortune veiled within constellations, waiting for the wise to perceive them. Baba Vanga, too, spoke of signs and omens, not as coincidences, but as messages planted along our path, signals from a higher order, urging humanity to awaken in its appointed time. Together, their visions converged like 2 rivers meeting at the same ocean. And here in this sequence of sacred numbers, their prophecy finds voice again, woven with Buddhist insight, wrapped in cosmic rhythm, speaking to the soul that listens. So I ask you now, before we step forward, to pause. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, feel the silence beneath your heartbeat, the vastness beneath your breath. Understand this: the numbers we are about to explore are not mere digits. They are pathways, they are bridges across unseen waters, carrying you from uncertainty toward wisdom, from desire toward balance, from restlessness toward peace. Each one carries both the promise of material growth and the deeper gift of spiritual awakening. October itself is a teacher, reminding us that the seasons change, that leaves must fall for roots to deepen, that endings are but beginnings wearing different faces. In the same way, these numbers will guide you, showing where to build, where to release, where to create, and where to trust. They are more than patterns, they are guardians, they are not outside you, but reflections of the order already alive within your soul. And so, as this month opens like a sacred scroll, let us walk together into its unfolding. With each number, a key will be placed in your hand. With each vibration, a truth will be revealed. With each pause, a door will open. All you must do is listen. All you must do is trust. Let us begin then, with the mighty current of 88, the double rhythm of infinite balance, the mirror of eternity, the number that teaches us the wealth of patience and the discipline of the eternal path. Number 88, the infinite balance. Imagine 2 perfect circles joined in eternal harmony, flowing endlessly, without beginning and without end. That is the essence of 88, a number that is not merely seen, but deeply felt, vibrating with the pulse of infinity itself. Turn it sideways, and it becomes the eternal symbol of N, reminding us that energy can never be destroyed, only transformed. In Buddhist wisdom, such a shape is no coincidence. It is the mirror of the Noble Eightfold Path, the sacred steps that guide a soul toward right view, right intention, right action, and ultimately, liberation from suffering. 88 is not only mathematics, it is meditation carved into number. This number speaks of a wealth that does not flash like firecrackers in the night, but endures like mountains that outlast centuries. 88 is the architect of steady fortune, the master builder of growth that cannot be shaken. It teaches us that abundance is not born from restless chasing or fleeting desires, but from discipline, balance, and mindful presence. Like a temple raised stone by stone, each small act of devotion, each conscious choice, becomes the foundation of prosperity. The Buddha once said, "A jug fills drop by drop." 88 is that teaching embodied, a river of fortune that flows endlessly from the patient gathering of mindful drops. In its infinite loop lies the law of karma, the eternal flow of giving and receiving. What you offer in honesty, what you sow in compassion, returns to you multiplied. Nostradamus hinted that time itself would bless those who master its rhythm, and 88 is mastery of time. It rewards not the impatient, but the disciplined soul who knows that true riches grow in silence. Baba Vanga often spoke of cycles humanity must pass through, and 88 is such a cycle of balance, returning again and again until we understand the harmony it offers. When 88 appears, it often chooses those who are ready to step into responsibility, those no longer afraid of the slow climb, those who can carry both vision and patience in equal measure. It is the universe whispering, "Your roots are deep enough. Your foundation is strong enough. You are ready to expand." In its vibration is a silent confirmation that your vision already attracts unseen forces, shaping opportunities that align with your endurance and faith. Yet the deeper lesson of 88 is not merely prosperity, but the soul's maturity. It asks you to pause and ask yourself, are your choices born of fear or of trust? Do you act from ego's hunger or from wisdom's calm? It is here that the true meaning of wealth is revealed, not as possessions, but as the strength of spirit to sustain blessings without losing oneself in them. Buddhist philosophy reminds us that riches without wisdom are chains, but riches with mindfulness are freedom. So when 88 crosses your path again, on signs, on receipts, in moments that catch your attention, take it as no accident. It is a sacred signal that you are standing in the flow of infinite balance, a reminder that what you are building quietly will one day stand tall like a temple before the world. The question is, will you trust the patience of eternity, or will you rush past the very abundance already growing within you? Number 11, the silent doorway. Not every message from the universe arrives with thunder, lightning, or fire. Some are quiet, subtle, and almost hidden, like whispers carried on the wind, or like a reflection in calm water that vanishes if you move too quickly. Such is the presence of number 11, the twin pillars standing side by side, simple in form, yet vast in meaning. How many times have you glanced at the clock, only to see 11:11 staring back at you? In those fleeting seconds, it feels as if time itself pauses, holding its breath, waiting for you to notice. In Buddhist philosophy, this is no accident. It is mindfulness made visible, the alignment of your inner world with the outer flow of existence. It is the gentle reminder that your thoughts, your energy, and your actions are not separate, but threads in one endless tapestry. Two parallel lines, perfectly still, perfectly balanced, form the body of 11. At first glance, it seems ordinary, almost too plain. Yet in its simplicity lies its greatest power. The two pillars symbolize balance, consciousness and subconsciousness, spirit and matter, action and rest. They do not touch, yet they stand together in harmony, teaching us the art of walking life's path with awareness. 11 is a doorway, a threshold number. It does not shout, it does not demand, but it opens a passage between what is seen and what is unseen. To the unawakened eye, it is coincidence, but to the attentive soul, it is the universe whispering, "You are in rhythm. Trust this step, trust this moment." Throughout history, Seers have recognized the mystery of such subtle signs. Baba Vanga often spoke of hidden patterns guiding people back toward their true destiny, noting that even the smallest repetitions carried sacred weight. Nostradamus, too, hinted at silent signals shaping the flow of human fate, forces so delicate that only the wise would notice them. 11 belongs to this realm of the silent and the sacred. It is not an announcement of dramatic change, but a quiet confirmation, a cosmic nod that says, "Continue, your path is already aligned." When 11 repeats in your life, it is the universe gently affirming that you are exactly where you need to be, even if clarity has not yet arrived. But 11 is more than prophecy, it is presence. It is a reminder that life's deepest truths are not always hidden in grand events, but often in the ordinary moments we rush past. The light breaking softly through your window at dawn, the laughter of a friend, the silence of your own breath. These are the spaces where 11 lives. It asks you to slow down, to notice, to honor the beauty that is already here. In Buddhism, this is the essence of mindfulness, awareness of each step, each breath, each fleeting instant. 11 teaches us that awakening does not require grand visions. It requires paying attention to the miracles that already surround us. The vibration of 11 carries another truth. It is a mirror. Just as the two pillars reflect one another, life reflects what we carry within. When 11 appears, it is asking, what are you projecting into the world? What thoughts are you nourishing? For those thoughts will become the experiences standing before you. The Buddha once said, "We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think." 11 is that teaching in number form. It is a mirror of your inner state, showing you what you are manifesting whether you see it clearly or not. So when you see 11 or even 11, do not dismiss it. Pause, breathe, and recognize it as an invitation. Write it down, meditate with it, allow it to remind you that you are not wandering without guidance. Life itself is speaking to you in symbols, numbers, and patterns. 11 is the silent doorway through which awareness enters. The only question is, will you walk through before it fades back into the noise of daily life? Number 17, the guiding union. The number 17 arrives like a soft knock upon the door of consciousness, subtle yet insistent, not forcing its way in, but waiting patiently for your awareness to open. Unlike numbers that announce themselves with thunder, 17 lingers gently, like a candle's flame flickering in a quiet temple, reminding you that balance is the truest form of strength. In the sacred language of numerology, 1 is the spark, the beginning, the daring leap, the forward step into the unknown. 7, in contrast, is the seeker, the patient voice of inner reflection, the stillness of meditation beneath the Bodhi tree. When 1 and 7 stand together, they form not a conflict, but a guiding union, a reminder that life is neither all movement nor all stillness, but the flowing harmony between the two. Buddhism teaches that wisdom without action is like a lamp without oil. It cannot bring light into the world. Yet action without wisdom is like a flame without guidance, burning bright, but burning out too soon. The vibration of 17 whispers of the middle path, the eternal teaching of balance that the Buddha spoke of. It invites you to act with courage, to step forward when your heart is ready, but to root each step in awareness, ensuring that no movement is wasted, no decision blind. It is a cosmic rhythm, a reminder that both the pause and the stride are sacred, that both silence and speech have their appointed times. When 17 appears in your life, it often arrives at a threshold, moments when you feel torn between rushing ahead or holding back in uncertainty. It is the gentle cosmic nudge, a subtle sign written into the flow of time itself. Baba Vanga spoke of such moments, where small signs arrive precisely when hesitation clouds the heart. Nostradamus, too, wrote of decisions hidden behind veils of silence, where only those who listen deeply will hear the truth. In this way, 17 does not give you the answer. It awakens the knowing you already carry, reminding you that the wisdom of choice is not found outside, but within. There is also a deeper beauty in the symbolism of 17. It is a bridge. 1 connects you to action, 7 to reflection, and together they form a path across uncertainty. This bridge asks not for blind courage nor endless waiting, but for trust. To trust the timing of your life, to honor the pauses as much as the movements, and to understand that even delay carries divine purpose. 17 is not a number of urgency, it is a number of rightness, urging you to align before you act, to breathe before you leap, to listen before you decide. In Buddhist thought, hesitation is not always weakness, it is sometimes the sacred pause before awakening. Just as the lotus waits beneath the mud until the right moment to bloom, so too do our decisions require their season. 17 whispers. Do not fear your stillness, do not mistrust your readiness, for in the very act of waiting with awareness, you are already walking the path. The number reminds you that every step, whether bold or hesitant, is part of the greater unfolding of your journey. So ask yourself now, when the number 17 stands before you like a quiet guide, will you honor both your courage and your silence? Will you allow action and wisdom to walk hand in hand, shaping a journey that is neither rushed nor delayed, but perfectly aligned with the rhythm of your soul? Number 5. The call of change. The number 5 enters like a gust of wind, invisible yet undeniable, stirring everything it touches. It is the vibration of movement, the rhythm of impermanence, the cosmic reminder that nothing remains still forever. In Buddhist wisdom, impermanence is not a burden. It is the liberation that frees us from the illusion of permanence. To resist change is to resist life itself, but to embrace it is to awaken to the truth that every moment is a chance to begin anew. 5 calls you to open your hands, to release what has grown heavy, and to step forward into the unknown with trust. Think of those times when restlessness filled your spirit, the quiet knowing that where you are is no longer where you are meant to be. That unease is not punishment, it is the voice of 5 echoing through your life. It is the gentle but firm whisper, you are ready. The essence of 5 is not in reckless leaps, but in small, brave movements that build momentum. Sending that message, starting that journey, letting go of an old belief. These are the seeds that become transformation. Just as rivers carve valleys drop by drop, so too does change flow through you in steady living motion. The Buddha once said, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Number 5 embodies this teaching. It is the step itself, not the distant destination. You do not need to see the entire road before you move. You only need the courage to place your foot upon the first stone. Nostradamus spoke of changes that begin in silence, seeds that grow unseen until one day they alter the course of history. Baba Vanga, too, reminded us that what feels like disruption often hides a blessing. In this way, 5 arrives not to break you, but to unfold the future waiting to be born. And yet, there is a deeper wisdom hidden here. 5 is also the number of the elements, the earth beneath you, the water that nourishes you, the fire that transforms, the air that sustains, and the space that holds it all. To walk with 5 is to walk with the elements themselves, to trust that the very forces of life are guiding you forward. It reminds you that change is not chaos, it is the alignment of energies moving you closer to your truth. If 5 has appeared in your life, it is no accident. It is a call to courage, a call to flow, a call to become. The universe is telling you that waiting for perfect timing is an illusion, for the perfect moment is already here. 5 does not demand certainty. It asks for trust. It does not promise safety. It offers freedom. So the question is, will you keep standing at the edge, waiting for a sign, or will you honor the call of 5 and step boldly into the living current of change? Number 35. the silent prosperity. The number 35 enters softly, without demand or noise, yet its presence lingers like the echo of a temple bell carried on the wind. In its structure, the 3 holds the spark of creation, the voice, the vision, the ability to shape thought into form. The 5, on the other hand, is the restless current of change, the wind that moves stagnant waters and awakens transformation. When they join, they weave a pathway of prosperity that is not hurried, not forced, but born from authenticity and freedom. It is prosperity shaped, not by chasing, but by alignment with truth. You may notice 35 in moments of quiet reflection, when the noise of the world subsides and your inner voice grows louder. It often appears when you stand at the edge of choice, not to rush you, but to affirm that small, sincere steps hold greater power than dramatic leaps. Prosperity, 35 reminds us, is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it begins with the courage to express your truth without fear, or the grace to release something that no longer carries life within it. Buddhist wisdom teaches that transformation is often silent. A seed does not shout as it splits the earth, nor does the dawn announce itself with thunder. In the same way, 35 works quietly, guiding you toward growth that endures. It tells you that true prosperity is not measured only in wealth, but in freedom of spirit, harmony of heart, and the courage to live without pretense. As the Buddha said, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. 3 provides the imagination, 5 opens the door of change, and together they form the vessel of becoming. Seers like Baba Vanga often spoke of signs that appear in subtle ways, visible only to those willing to look deeper. Nostradamus, too, wrote of cycles where small shifts in human choice would ripple into great tides of destiny. Number 35 is such a cycle, it whispers rather than shouts, guiding you gently yet firmly toward the prosperity that comes not from imitation, but from authenticity. When 35 walks into your life, it asks for your trust. It asks that you honor the quiet wisdom rising within, even when the outer world cannot see its value. The path it offers may not always be understood by others, but it is the path that leads you home, to growth, to freedom, to abundance, that cannot be shaken. So the question is, will you listen to the soft call of 35 and trust the silent prosperity it carries, or will you wait for louder signs and risk missing the gentle doorway already open before you? Bonus number 66. The magnet of flow. The number 66 arrives like a gentle stream, not forcing its way, but flowing with effortless grace. To witness it is to be reminded that prosperity is not something we grasp at with clenched hands, but something that comes when we open our palms in trust. In Buddhist philosophy, the number 6 resonates with the 6 paramitas, the 6 perfections of generosity, discipline, patience, joyful effort, meditation, and wisdom. These are not distant ideals, they are daily practices, each one a drop of water that nourishes the river of life. When doubled into 66, their current strengthens, creating a flow so steady and magnetic that abundance begins to circle back to its source. 66 teaches us that the outer world is a mirror of the inner state. When your mind is calm, when your heart carries generosity, when your actions are aligned with truth, the universe responds in kind. Wealth then ceases to be a chase and becomes an unfolding, like flowers blooming with the rhythm of the seasons. The energy of this number whispers that abundance is not created by pursuit, but by presence. It is not in restless striving, but in living in harmony with your own highest self. Baba Vanga often spoke of hidden forces that bless those who carry balance within. She said that luck bends toward those whose hearts are steady, because the universe itself trusts them to hold its gifts with care. Nostradamus too hinted at cycles where those who lived in harmony with natural law would find fortune aligning without struggle. 66 is the embodiment of these prophecies. It is the living current, a magnet that pulls prosperity closer simply because it reflects the order of the cosmos. If you are seeing 66, take it as a sacred reminder. It is not a call to chase more, but to embody more gratitude, more patience, more generosity, more awareness. Every moment you live in this vibration, you become the flow itself. And when you are the flow, nothing can be withheld from you, for the river of life moves freely through your being. So ask yourself now, will you continue to seek wealth as if it lies outside of you, or will you awaken to the truth that prosperity is a way of living, a harmony already waiting within the rhythm of your own soul? So here we are, standing at the crossroads of a sacred sequence, 88, 11, 17, 5, 35, and the hidden 66. These are not random digits, but living symbols woven into the cosmic fabric, each carrying a pulse of transformation, each whispering a truth that reaches deeper than words. Together they form a rhythm, a mantra of infinite balance, silent alignment, guiding union, the courage of change, the quiet path of prosperity, and finally the magnetic flow of abundance. This is not merely numerology, it is a spiritual chant, echoing through the corridors of time. As you carry these numbers into the days ahead, remember that the universe never ceases to speak. It speaks not with thunder, but with subtle patterns, through clocks that repeat, dreams that linger, and choices that return until you pay attention. Every repetition is a call, every synchronicity a knock at the door of your awareness. In Buddhist wisdom, to notice these patterns is to awaken to pratya samutpada, the interdependent arising of all things. To see the connection is to step into liberation. Nostradamus once wrote that destiny hides not in grand events, but in signs so ordinary they are often overlooked. Baba Vanga, too, reminded us that those who recognize the language of signs carry an unseen protection, as though guided by an invisible hand. These numbers are such signs, not promises carved in stone, but pathways of alignment waiting for you to walk them. So pause for a moment, breathe deeply, let these vibrations settle into your being, not as information, but as invitation. Do not rush to understand them with the mind, allow them to resonate with the soul. Every number you have encountered here carries both a challenge and a gift, both a mirror and a doorway. And now, I leave you with a question, not for logic, but for the quietest part of your heart. Which of these numbers is whispering your name most clearly this month? And what shift is it asking you to embrace as you walk the path of impermanence, balance, and awakening?